Hi guys, it's Jessie Rhines coming to you from the outdoors, and I'm coming to you from my front porch today because I'm here to talk about gratitude, our monthly intention at the club. And the outdoors is one of the things that's nourishing me and nurturing me and providing joy for myself and my sons during this time. I'm aware that just the green, all the different greens that I can see when I look around, even just in this moment, are such a gift. And the bird song, the dripping rain, the ever-changing sky and sounds can be a very grounding experience. Coming to sit on the earth, literally, as needed, can be tremendously helpful for me. I encourage you to think about all the different things that create gratitude within your heart, large and small. And my hope is that one of the lasting effects from this pandemic will be taking those things that are granted less for granted, right? Taking things less for granted. All the things that we've gotten accustomed to, all the joys and gifts that we might fail to show thanks for. I really hope that a long-term challenge like this can help all of us, no matter what our situation is, to practice gratitude more actively as this time shifts into something more healed or healing. So, as much as it might sound trite or as easy as it is to just, turn your gratitude practice into listing the same 3 things every night, I really want you to ponder that this is an opportunity. This is a spiritual opportunity. Struggle, fear, concern, disruption from our usual ways is all a spiritual opportunity, and I encourage you to use it for all it's worth, which includes a gratitude practice, an active gratitude practice. And like anything, I can promise and guarantee that the more you do it, the more the brain is wired to do it, right? The more that you notice any little brief moment or say thank you for something that you might normally just take as granted, the more you find more of those moments all around, more warmth and contentment welling up in the heart. Santosha is one of our 10 ethical precepts as yoga students. Santosha, often translated as contentment, and I often think of it as gratitude. So that said, I'll get on to the reading. This one happens to be from November 26th, and it's called The Kinship of Gratitude. And Mark Nepo quotes Jesus at the beginning, which is perfect for this Easter week. Jesus, who said, "When you make the two one, when you make the inner as outer and the outer as inner, then shall you enter the kingdom." And he goes on to write, "The goal of all experience is to remove whatever might keep us from being whole. The things we learn through love and pain reduce our walls and bring our inner and outer life together. And all the while, the friction of being alive erodes whatever impediments remain. But the simplest and deepest way to make who we are at one with the world is through the kinship of gratitude. Nothing brings the worlds of spirit and earth together more quickly. Sometimes the things I've wanted and worked for, if I actually received them, would have crushed me. So to be grateful means giving thanks for more than just the things that have been granted, but also for the things that surmount our pride and stubbornness by not being granted. Sometimes just giving thanks for the mystery of it all brings everything and everyone closer. The way suction pulls streams of water together. So take a chance and openly give thanks, even if you're not sure what for, and feel the plenitude of all that is living brush up against your heart. Grateful for the sounds of children playing. Grateful for the breeze and how it moves the leaves. And grateful at times even when I'm not sure what for. That is santosha. It's well known in psychology that difficult sensations make, for example, the face frown. But what we've learned is that the opposite is also true. Eastern meditation has, for thousands of years before Western psychology, encouraged us to create a small smile, to meditate with the smile of the Buddha. I call it just a very gentle upturning of the corners of the mouth, not a smile of personality, in order to generate feelings of well-being. And we can measure this now, and that's what us Westerners like to do. And it's a beautiful thing when the East and the West blend. That's my passion. Hence, I just mix them up inadvertently. So I'll encourage us to do that. I'll encourage us to be grateful even if we're not sure what for, and to try to find, you might call it loving kindness in the heart center, or you might think of it as gratitude for life, for being alive, gratitude for the mystery of it all. So let's just come to a comfortable seat. Find your weight. Make any adjustments you need to in the body. And in the breath. Once you feel settled, stable through the lower half of you, and long, rising through the upper half, find a stillness, but also a movement as you breathe. And then again, we can bring to mind an internal smile. A gentle upturning of the corners of the mouth. And I want to say that none of this work is to deny the horrors of the world. It's more as though we're diving beneath them to find santosha, to bring back, to help us face those horrors, to support each other through those challenges, to discourse about what needs to change and how we can be better on the other side of this. In terms of prevention and protection and having more frameworks in place to support all beings. So it's not a smile that's phony. It's simply a matter of being in this moment that's happening right now around you, where you are safe, you are alive, you are breathing, and you therefore have an opportunity to find light and share light. Perhaps there's something you bring to mind for gratitude to flourish. Perhaps you can sense that gratitude at the mystery of it all. Or perhaps you simply find gratitude for no reason as a practice. Expecting that to be a bit of a challenge, knowing that there's a reason why we call it a practice. And we'll just breathe like this, feeling heavy shoulders, heavy elbows, light corners of the mouth. Perhaps your smile feels humble or faithful or warm. Perhaps there's words that come. Perhaps not. Perhaps you drift as the mind does. And when that happens, you just pull yourself back to something you cherish, or to this simple fact of aliveness, or to the practice of joy for no reason. We'll just find another, let's say 3 breaths or so. And then, as always, I'll guide you back gently, slowly. So it might be helpful to have the head facing down. Maybe you open the eyes and see something you hadn't really noticed before. Some shadow, some texture. And eventually you'll bring yourself back. Sometimes students of meditation describe to me that when they open their eyes again, things look just a little different, just maybe a little more colorful or peaceful. May we continue our practice no matter what our experience is. May we practice whether we think we're good at it or not, whether we feel effects right away or not, and find faith in the evidence of practice, as we call it, which will show up. For now, we'll bring the hands together to the heart center, and I'll say thank you for joining me. May this practice be meaningful. May this practice bear fruit, and may the fruits of our practice benefit all beings everywhere. The light in me honors the light in each one of you. Namaste. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.